Hey everybody, I want to talk about what to expect when someone who is emotionally abusive and manipulative leaves you. So say this is a live-in boyfriend, spouse, partner, girlfriend, family member perhaps, like a parent or someone, just somebody you cohabitate with. Somebody who for the most part is generally important in your life, but they are manipulative as hell. What to do and what to expect when they leave. So first of all, when they are leaving you, it's important to know they're not actually leaving you. In their mind, what they are doing is they are stealing themselves from you, from your life, and depriving you of the things that they provide. So one of the hallmarks of the way that they think is that people have specific uses and purposes, right? Most people who are manipulative only keep people around who serve a specific purpose or meet a specific need. And vice versa, they see themselves in the same light. They provide specific things that you need. When they leave, they are depriving you of those needs. So first things first, when they leave, you can expect that they're not going to be out of your life. Instead, what they are doing is they are flaunting the fact that they are out of your life. And they expect for you to crawl to them for the things that you're used to getting from them. And vice versa. They use this as a type of currency. So they make it harder for you to get the things that you need from them. And it forces you to find a new source of these specific needs. It's usually highly inconvenient to your life. And the second you need something, then they're like, oh, so you need me. And then the second that they need something, they're like, well, if you don't do blank, well, then I will have no choice but to do blah, 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 right? So along the lines of, if the cell phone bill is in their name and they're the ones who pay it, and they want something from you and you tell them no, suddenly the cell phone bill stops getting paid and your phone gets cut off and you're like, what the hell? I need you to turn the phone on. It's like, oh, you need me to turn the phone back on, huh? Well, I'm gonna, blah, blah. So, that's kind of sort of their mentality. So they're not really leaving you. Even if they have somebody else, and this is what was really messed up, they'll actually go start seeing somebody new and be in a relationship, but then they still expect for you to come crawling to them for needs, and if you don't, then they will punish you accordingly. And whenever they want you to do something, they demand that you do it, or else there will be severe consequences, severe repercussions. Now, that's sort of what to expect. What do you do about it? Well, good news and bad news is the solution is easy. It's just really unpleasant and uncomfortable. The solution is to just let them be terrible. Because what they've been doing over all the months or years that you've been together, starting from day one, they have taken inventory and they have stacked ammunition that they can, will, and would love to use against you to destroy your life. That's part of the charge that they get from control. That's what they do. It's a learned behavior starting from when they were young, where they were in a situation where they needed to know how to gain leverage over somebody to protect themselves, and it transitions from a self-defense mechanism in youth to a aggressive mechanism as an adult. And in their minds, it's still a self-defense mechanism, right? But to you, it's aggression. So first things first is just let them be terrible. Let them run out of ammo, right? So you're going to spend some time just waiting for them to make good on all their threats, and you should let them. And here's why. When you fight back, what you don't want to do, you don't want to prolong the use of their threats. You don't want to prolong that any longer than you need to. The thing is, when you avoid them doing these things, all you do is you just hit the reset button, and they can continue to use that as leverage. So you want them to do these terrible things. You want them to carry out these threats. You want them to do these things, because for every threat they carry out, they lose more power over you. I'll say that again. When they carry out their threats, I'll be forced to do blah, blah, blah. Whenever they carry all that out, you know, the phones get shut off, the electricity doesn't get paid. You know, when they make good on their threats, that's one less tool that they have to use against you. So burn them out of ammo. You can burn them out of ammo, take shelter, take good cover. Once they have nothing else to fire off at you, then they're weak. And throughout sustaining everything that they will have launched at you, you will be stronger than they are. So you save all your ammo, let them burn through it all, and then you're the only one with a loaded gun, right? But so that's the first thing. You just let them just blow through all their threats. Okay. The second thing, don't talk to them. One of the most popular videos on this channel, and that's not really saying much because it only has a few thousand views, I think, is how to go no contact, how to hurt a soulless narcissist, how to make them jealous. I think those are the three most popular ones. But really, you just want to have no contact with them. Why? Because number one, maintaining no contact removes your dependencies on them one at a time. If you don't talk to them, then you don't get what you need out of them, and just let it go. Just let it go. Whatever it is you need from them, figure it out. Find some other way to make it happen. Just let it go. Period. You're gonna have to let go a lot of stuff. You've been letting go for many a year already. Most of the time, a narcissist or an abuser, by the time that they are at this stage, you're pretty much facing the reality of having nothing, virtually nothing. That's fine. You got to be okay with it. You got to just accept it. That they're that kind of person. They want to take you down to nothing. Nothing to make them happier than completely destroying somebody, right? It's kind of sick. So just let it go. Let it go. Don't talk to them. You don't want to give them a taste of their own medicine. You don't want to do that, because what they want is they want the fight. They want the conflict. Think like a boxing arena, right? Or, you know, a boxing match, right? Two dudes there. They're not focused on the crowd. They're not focused on the lights, the cameras, the TV. All they're focused on is their opponent and systematically destroying their opponent. They're in the ring because they want to destroy someone. They want to destroy an opponent and get the payout, right? So by buying into the conflict, what you're doing is you're hopping in the ring with somebody who wants to box, even if you don't want to fight. You know, imagine if you needed to get something from a boxer who's in the ring with no opponent, right? You got somebody who's in the ring, you know, waiting for somebody to punch, somebody to hit. Like, the fight is on in their minds. They're just waiting for someone to step in the ring with them, right? That's what you're dealing with. Every time you say anything, and I do mean anything, to these people, they can use it as a tactic to draw you into a conflict. Because what they want is the conflict, and 90+% of the time, they succeed because they choose to be wrong about something on purpose. They choose to be wrong because nothing starts a fight better than to be wrong about something and then to be accusatory about it, or to go spreading wrong information about it and making it look like it's a mistake on their part. No. They're doing it on purpose because they want you to jump in to defend yourself, right? And the very act of defending yourself means that you must engage the attack. And then ta-da, they have a conflict. So don't get mixed up with trying to give them a taste of their own medicine. Don't try to set the record straight. The other thing is you can expect a smear campaign. I've got another video that talks about that in greater detail, but the takeaway from that is when there's a smear campaign, that's actually a good thing for you, because the abuser is going to take all the people who are easily swayed in their opinions, all the people who are not rock solid in your life. They remove the clutter from you. And I think the example I gave in that, it's like literally they come into your house and they take all the roaches, and then they laugh like, ha ha, I got your roaches. And you're like, good, take them all, please. Because I can't use those people. I have no use for them. So with the smear campaign, it's a good thing. Let them talk all the shit, because not only will they clear out all the toxic people for you, which is great. They also do some other things for you. Number one, you can point out, like, anytime like it actually comes back to you that so-and-so said this or so-and-so said that, you don't want to call it a smear campaign, and you don't want to defend yourself. You just say, wow, that's disappointing that they would gossip. Use the word gossip. It's not a smear campaign. You're not defending yourself. You don't need to defend yourself, so don't. You just point out that it's gossip, right? And then the other thing that you can do after you point out that it's gossip is just remember this. You have to trust people's ability to recognize bullshit. And it takes time. It takes time. That's the thing that sucks about the smear campaign, is because whenever it first happens, it sets your world on fire, right? All this misinformation is going, being spread around. You're being demonized. People are calling you, leaving you nasty messages. People are telling you, fuck off. I don't want anything to do with you. It's hard to watch people who you thought were your friends, people who you thought you could rely on, one at a time, just showing themselves the door on account of some misinformation. And you just let it. You say, well, it sucks that you gossip. Bye. It takes time. Sooner or later, they always see the truth. It just takes time. And when you engage it as it's happening, first of all, you can't really engage it and prove yourself to be correct. You can't really vindicate yourself, because the nature of the smear campaign is the more you defend, the more you prove something to be true. Okay? What you have to understand and realize is that people do eventually figure out bullshit. People do eventually detect bullshit. Some people are faster than others, God help us. But what you have to understand is there will be a day where you hear the words, you know what? I was wrong back then. I got it wrong, and I'm sorry. And you say, it's fine, I knew it. I knew you'd see it, eventually. And what you tell people is, until you actually see it for yourself, there's really no way for you to know, right? And that's what you have to do. You have to just address it as gossip, refuse to participate in the gossip, and just let people come to their own conclusions. But don't grieve over the loss of people in your social network because of the smear campaign, because those are the people that you don't want anyway. Those are the people that you think you can rely on, and then when you actually need something from them, there's nothing. So, especially at a time like this where somebody's really messing with you and taking from you, you really do not want unreliable people in your circle. So I'm out of time on this video. I might have to do a part 2. But thank you very much. Please like, comment, or share, and I'll see you on the next video.